federal government, in partnership with the International Cotton Advisory Committee, RAC, launches an initiative to revive Nigeria's cotton and textile industry with a goal of creating over 1.4 million jobs annually. The decision emerged from a meeting on Tuesday at the Presidential Villa in Abuja, attended by the Vice President Kashim Shettima and a delegation from ICAC led by its Executive Director, Eric Trentenberg. The initiative aims to revitalize key components of the cotton value chain, including forming, weaving, ginning, and fabric production as part of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's industrialization agenda. Vice President Shettima urged stakeholders to develop a comprehensive roadmap for the sector's revitalization, emphasizing the need for action over discussion. Governor Hope Uzodinma of Imo State echoed the sentiment, noting that the southeastern region is poised to participate actively in the revitalization efforts. Also, the Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu emphasized the importance of supporting the entire value chain and called for a return to using local materials.
In audience with the Vice President, the leadership and members of the Cotton Advisory Board of the United States. So it's a global body. It's like the United Nations of cotton manufacturing. The entire production chain of cotton up to textiles. So, and the whole idea is to leverage on this opportunity to revamp the industries in Nigeria, which many of them are now moribund, particularly in the cotton and textile sector. And this is a new opportunity that is creating a new partnership for us to cross-pollinate ideas with the experts to bring new skills, new ideas, and new and fresh innovations into revamping the industries in Nigeria. And that will create jobs, that will create employment, that will engage our young men and women that are currently roaming the streets. So for me, I'm very excited to be part of this conversation that will now revamp the economy of the country. It's a new partnership and which we will leverage from. Before this time, you will agree with me, in the whole of Lagos State.
Thank you very much. Polyester, not cotton. And polyester happens to be cheaper than cotton. Cotton is a higher, grade to sew as against using polyester. And polyester, if our refineries were working, from what we've also been understood now, is actually supposed to be one of the byproducts coming out from the refinery. So really for us is to look at the entire value chain. There's so many things that we can trap back in this country. And that's why we said to ourselves, let's produce what we use. Let's use what we will produce. Let's go back to our garments, cutting ages. The statistics shows that it was employing, directly and indirectly, almost 15 to 18 million Nigerians, in that entire value chain. If you can bring back that, even if it's 5 million in the next 1 to 2 years, it will take us, further away. And we've seen the institute, which is like they said, like the United Nations equivalent of the cotton industry in the world, coming here to support, to help us. And Mr. Vice President has given us a marching order, has given a commitment, which I think is the great news that everybody must take away from here. And he has given them a roadmap for us to go and work.
The development of the textile industries in Nigeria. But I've been part of the conversations inside the conference room for the past 2 years or thereabout. We know that there are bigger problems. We knew about the problems of yield, power, investments, and all of that. Going forward, the most important thing is the fact that we have been given a marching order and everybody has committed themselves to playing their role. For us in the customs, it is around policy implementation, policy formulation and policy implementation. What I heard in the room was that one of the things that killed the textile industry is policy. Now we are revisiting policies to ensure that we restore it and launch Nigeria into the path of economic recovery. As for us at the customs, we are affirming and we are committing ourselves. We do all we can to make sure that we protect the textile industry.
Today our day is made up. We have listened to the visitors, we have listened to international people. Cotton is an international crop, and we have discussed with them. And we are happy that revival of textiles has started, and the cotton textile garment will come up now. So we will have big employment. We employ our children. There will be no more protests. People will be employed, and it will reduce the security problem in Nigeria. So we have spoken today, and by grace of God, we are going to win. And it's not actually about funds. It's not actually about funding. We want to ensure that the environment is properly taken care of. So we have the cotton, we have high yield. We need scientific explanation because cotton is not a mere crop.
Next generation to understand the strides that he has made, the values, the traditions, the culture, that he has been able to impart. I think